Welcome to the podcast. We have P.O Box.
We do.
You can send us stuff, and if you send us stuff, we'll open it on the podcast. The P.O Box is in the description. Mm-hmm. If you're listening on Spotify, it's on YouTube.
Yeah.
Man, I'm pretty hungry, to be honest.
Me too.
You guys hungry?
Yeah.
Why did we start recording right now?
Yeah, I don't know. That was a really bad time to start recording.
Like
but do you guys want to go get like In-N-Out?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yep.
If it's California, we have to.
Yeah.
What about Long John Silver's?
You want Long John Silver's? Long John Silver's? This is like the freaking Little Caesars versus Dominoes all over again.
We never ended that debate.
No, don't
it's still
tell
out.
me.
It's still out.
Guys, I have an idea.
What?
Let's go get some food.
All right.
You want to get all 4 of those things?
Yeah.
I'm pretty hungry.
Oh. Well,
All right.
if Craig wants to go, we have to.
Okay.
Yep. Okay.
Free me from this hell. Okay. Are we there yet?
It's In-N-Out. It's really long line.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Maybe we shouldn't. Okay, can we?
No, I want.
Oh, this car's behind us.
I want In-N-Out.
Yeah, we're kind of locked into this one.
You're getting Long John Silver's. We can wait for In-N-Out.
I just want you guys to suffer.
Then suffer.
Not even jokes.
No.
Sheesh.
You want card games? Like,
Yeah. I spy with my little eye. Something blue.
isn't that recycling?
I thought it was the sky.
Oh, yeah, that's
No,
It could have been that too.
No, that was a red herring.
Cheap.
Okay, I spy with my little eye
Uh-huh.
something brown.
Is it the wall?
Is it the air?
No.
Is it that trash can over there that's brown? Oh.
We've made it to the promised land.
Hi, good, how are you?
Doing great. What can I get started for you today?
Can I get a number 2 with the burger and the fry animal style?
Yeah, of course. And for the drink, what would you like?
Just a Coke is fine.
Coke, you got it.
Yep, and what do you want, Colton?
Gonna go with a number 2, no spread.
Would you like ketchup or mustard instead?
No.
No? All right. And if would you like onions or no onions?
Yes on the onions.
No?
Cool.
All right.
Spencer, do you just want a animal fry? Okay. Can I get a grilled cheese that's animal style?
Yeah.
And then can I also get a fry that's animal style with chilies?
And could you actually go ahead and move over with
Yeah, for sure. Oh my God! Are we at the beach? God, I can't tell. Where are we?
I wasn't kidding. There's 3 people in the line. There's 3 people in here.
I'm not doxing them.
That's fair.
I can't do it. I can't order Long John Silver's. Why are you aiming at the sky?
I now know that I am. Okay.
Do this. Here you go. Colton, can we not get the wide shot on me? Can we do that? There you go.
We just had one piece of chicken.
What are we?
$2.29.
Just for that.
What? Why? Do I order here?
Yeah, this is what
Oh my God.
You gotta get the hush puppies.
Would you like to try our fish and clam platter for $10.99 today?
No.
Welcome to Long John Silver's.
Okay, one second. What are we getting?
You gotta get the. You can get maybe like the 8-piece family meal. It's 2 sides, 8 hush puppies, and like.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
All right. I'll get the 8-piece family meal. Yep.
And is that going to be all fish, all chicken, or half and half?
Half and half.
Okay.
And can I also get? Sorry, what's up?
What would you like for your choice of the 2 family types?
Can I get? Where are they? Oh, can I get slaw and green beans?
Also on green beans?
Yep.
Sure thing.
And then can I also get strawberry swirl cheesecake?
And then 1 strawberry swirl cheesecake with that?
Yeah.
Sure thing.
All right, that's it.
Alright, so the AC tell me you said a half and half with coleslaw and green beans.
Yep. Thanks.
That was a lot of food.
Look, see,
You could hear that guy could hear the soul leave his body. Can I help you? No, maybe. You got a gun? You kidding me?
it's like, no.
Hi. Yeah. Cool.
Oh, thank God. Oh, I love push buttons. Cheaper than fucking McDonald's. McDonald's like 5 cents. This is good too.
Yeah.
Shrimp?
Yeah. Shrink?
You're taking my soul.
Yeah. It's this is the best place that has people raised by themselves too. It's a good kind. They don't scamp and give you some fucking food.
What do you have?
Chicken, we have like ranch, barbecue, sweet sour,
Can I get one of all of them?
starter.
Can I get one of all of them?
Okay, so you want one barbecue, one ranch,
Yeah.
one sweet and sour, and one starter?
Yep.
Oh, all right. Got it.
Thanks.
Oh, the competition.
Yeah.
In and out.
Yeah, we're doing a thing. Thanks.
Arch nemesis.
What?
And they bite.
The competition. Fucking Mayweather versus Jake Paul.
I've never seen. Oh, I'm literally crying. My eyes. Oh.
All right,
Why did I
Go.
get slaw?
go. They go.
Why did I got slaw and beans?
They're like all in and out in the competition.
Yeah, I'm
As if
sure.
they-
In and out.
There's
Your
this-
major competition.
Fast food giants, titans in the ring.
The sun is setting in the background, I think. Yeah, that made it better.
I haven't had Long John Silver since 2012. Like 10 years.
You've had it that recently?
2012?
That's pretty recent.
My grandma came from Portugal to visit, and that's the only thing she wanted.
Long John Silver's.
Yes.
Does she want the slaw?
Well, she left. Maybe. I mean, she left America in the 90s and was like, "That's what I want." So maybe.
So back when it was like a family staple.
Yeah. Sure.
Gotcha.
I don't know.
You know, back in the day when I was growing up, that was a place we went to whenever we visited my grandparents. We didn't have one where I lived, so we would visit, and it was like we always went to Arby's and Long John Silver's. Those were the two places we always went to. Arby's had a deal back in the day where you could get like 4 of their like half-pound like roast beef sandwiches for like $3, and so we would get those and just put them in the fridge and then heat them up later and put cheese on it.
I don't think I've ever been to Arby's. I went one time with you and I didn't get anything.
He's back. He's got a pizza.
This pizza's really fucking hot.
I'll take it. Oh, Spencer wants it. Spencer wants the warmth.
That's nice.
No,
You gotta wait.
we gotta get
Oh,
back.
the wonderful smell we have in here. The smell
Oh god,
It's gonna get worse.
Yeah.
fries, fish, and
it's
pizza.
worse now. It wasn't that bad when it was In and Out and Long John Silver's. Now there's a pizza in here. It's unbearable.
Yeah, it's absolutely. Like, I'll give you that. Fish is not a
Dude,
good smell.
all I can smell now is pizza crust, and I hate it.
Oh, we gotta escape.
Here we go. Craig, what pizza did we get from Little Caesars? Spencer, what did we
It's a
get?
pizza.
Craig mentioned that there's a pretzel crust pizza, so I got it because he said it was terrible and that he hates it.
I've never experienced something so foul in my life.
So I got it just for Craig.
I got it once too, and I'm not very well known for my taste in food being good among this group, and I also do not like it. So
I mean, look at me. I finished every size of pizza I've ever eaten.
Yeah.
I've never finished a slice of pretzel pizza. Not in my life. Not once. I can't even finish a bite. I don't know if I've actually ingested it.
You're like,
oh, he's coming back.
Oh.
what?
Pizzaless.
He's like, "You the wrong one."
I don't know what the other one is. Oh, it's on.
There's two on the other. There's two more, and they're on the other sides of
Yeah,
town.
that was super weird. They just said like, no, we just can't have it.
What?
Yeah, they just said like, you just can't. No, I was like, I had an order pickup for Jacob, and they were like, get the fuck out.
Okay, so no.
No, we just gotta wait 15 minutes.
I was like,
Jesus,
whoa.
15 minutes?
So like, we saw you get food everywhere else. Your bank called. They said to not give it to you.
This is.
You're going to die. You're gonna kill yourself.
We
You
saw
need to
the
stop.
pizza.
We're in the end game now.
Yeah.
Little Caesars is gonna take the longest out of every place we've gone to so far. All right, guys, he's back in there.
Okay.
Look, you can. Oh, he went behind the pillar.
He's going to the pizza for
Oh, yep, there he is. You can order online. That's what we did.
It is. I ordered it. Pizza.
The future of pizza, order online. As if that hasn't been a thing for the last
Year.
5 years.
Pizza.
Who's before cold?
Pizza.
Oh god.
The harbinger of pizza.
Here we go.
Fifth horseman of the apocalypse.
No, we've got the four smells of the.
Oh, I have to hold it.
I can hold it. No, we can't let Dominoes and Little Caesars.
I had to pull these out of the pizza portal.
The pizza portal.
They didn't even make them. I just pulled them out of the fucking 9 hells.
Hey,
Yeah.
I got
checks
it.
out.
A syrup.
Pizza.
I'm dead, but you have to eat pretzel pizza. Get fucked.
That's
the last round.
That's the ultimate. To tomb spoilers, jeez.
We have Long John Silver's. God,
We do.
why? Well, also, I don't know why, but I panicked when we were ordering the. They were like
Slaw.
sides. I had never, ever ordered from there before. I didn't want to be in that drive-thru at all. And they were like, so what do you want as your sides? And we, all 4 of us were like, I'm not even kidding, crying, laughing at slaw for like the entirety of our journey. By the way, I just want to, why is it wet? There's liquid every, God,
Yeah.
I'm sorry if you can't watch this episode.
Probably the green beans.
Oh my lord! I think it's the slaw.
So we gotta start with the hush puppy before it gets wet on you.
Okay.
This is the best part.
By the way, I want everybody to know this was like I think like $100 later and 2 hours.
Yeah.
It's like 2 hours, and I'm gonna try my best to edit the audio so it's not just like eating sounds the whole time. But I'm not just gonna be quiet. Okay, a fucking hush puppy. I'll eat it. Jesus Christ. What is this?
Bread?
It's just like a fried
It's
biscuit.
fried- yeah.
I don't like this.
What?
Okay, it's not. It just tastes so fried.
You want some dip?
What kind of dip is it? It looks like applesauce. What the fuck
Sweet
is
and sour.
that? Sweet and sour. What a terrible dip.
You did get one of each.
Nah, it's not as good as you're saying it is. It's
I
okay.
don't know.
Big disagree.
I don't
Big
hate
disagree.
I don't hate it, but I don't love it. That's fair,
I'm
though.
gonna save the other hush puppy.
You know,
for
it's
after the
not
fish
it's
and
not
chicken.
bad, but I would never be like, oh, I want some hush puppies.
I'm gonna save the second one for after.
It just
the
tastes
fish
like
and
it just
chicken.
tastes like you took a biscuit and fried it.
All right, I'm gonna eat some slaw.
All right.
You're gonna have the slaw.
I
I'll eat
hate
the slaw
slaw.
with you.
I don't have any slaw, so I guess I'm going with fish.
No. Why did I get this? If you told me this wasn't from Long John Silver's, I'd probably be okay with it.
This was chicken, actually.
Huh?
He was
What-
like, I'm gonna eat some of this fish. It was chicken.
I will say that I don't know how I feel about them frying both and then putting them in the same box.
Yeah.
Oh,
it just
yeah.
tastes
They should
the
be
same
different.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie, it's hard to mess up chicken though. Like this is actually not the worst I've ever had.
Plus, you know, we were sitting for a
Is
little
it
bit.
wet? My guys.
Yeah, it was sweating in
It's
there.
soggy. It's fucking raw. All right.
I think this might be fish.
You
You
think?
have 2 pieces of chicken?
Yeah, this is fish.
Do you think this is gonna reverse the COVID vaccine?
Yeah.
It might. It might.
Right, the fish is kind of bad.
All right.
All right. The fish is
sucks.
not awful. I was able to swallow
I
it.
don't mind the chicken so much. I might actually eat this whole piece.
It all just tastes the same.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. That's as much as I'm eating.
Look, valiant effort, really.
Thanks.
Valiant effort.
It was really gross. I have to rate that. You know what? I will be honest.
Yeah.
Great, with some of the hush puppy.
It was not as bad as I thought it would be. But what disgusts me is that I think what's really gross is that our Long John Silver's just looks like it's like disgusting.
Yeah.
So
I
that's
agree.
what gets me is if your spot looks real gross, I don't want to eat there.
How was your
so
cheesecake?
that's what's getting me more than what it actually tastes like. What's up?
The cheesecake instantly became a liquid the second it went into my mouth.
Oh,
disgusting.
God.
So I'm
Also,
going
it
to
was
give
like
that a
wet.
-5 out of 10.
that's
But
sad.
the hush puppy was okay.
Yeah,
But slaw
I think
tasted stale.
Hush puppy
we
was
definitely
fine.
did let it sit for a little bit too long.
Yeah,
It
that's
sweated
fair.
a little bit.
You did sweat.
And it does look like a pier type food place without the aesthetic of it being on an actual
Yeah.
pier and just
You know
being
what?
in
If
the
we got
valley.
that at the beach, I'd be better. I'd feel better.
Yeah, totally agree.
All right. Well, that was the Long John Silver segment.
5 out of 10?
No, 3.
3, yeah.
I'd say a 3.
I give it a 5, just for the hush puppies.
Look, okay. Then let's do this real quick. Let's just
Yeah.
set the standard. What's a 10?
A 10.
To me, okay, not like I'm not gonna ask a place that's a 10 because that's subjective in my opinion. You just ate a whole fucking fat piece of that fish, Craig, and
It is chicken.
Is that chicken?
No.
Wow. You fucker.
I didn't think it was chicken.
How dare you? So 10 to me is like gourmet 5-star restaurant. We're talking like a cut of like
So, like,
like
irresistible?
like really good steak or something like that. That to me is like a 10.
Okay.
So that's why I'm like a 5. You would put this
Well,
halfway.
I think a 5 is average, right?
A 5, sure, a 5 is average. Really, if you look at a lot of polls though, a lot of people put a 7 as an average. But
I would say a 5. I would say this is a 5.
I'm gonna say this is a 3 purely because it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be, but I never want to eat it again.
That's fair. Yeah.
See, I would go there again to get hush puppies and maybe a side of a piece of chicken or something.
Well,
But I would
you
never
are
like.
you're insane.
Not a side of slaw.
So here's my thing.
No.
Why not just go to somewhere like Popeyes for chicken? It's Popeyes is also shitty, but it's better than this.
I'm not going for the chicken. I'm going for the hush puppies. You can't get.
So if
that
Popeyes
somewhere
had
else.
a hush puppy
I would go to
option,
Popeyes.
you would go
Okay,
Popeyes.
all right,
Yeah.
all right, fair enough,
All right.
fair enough,
Yeah.
fair enough. All
Hush
right.
puppies are the whole reason you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
So are we saving In-N-Out for last? 'Cause
Yes,
it's the
'cause
best.
it's the
Absolutely.
best.
Sure.
Okay,
It's also
okay.
the food we want.
So,
So-
now we have to settle the pizza debate.
The pizza debate. We also
should both get
had
a
the
slice.
pleasure of getting a Craig, I just want to let you know this is a real pleasure of ours to get the pretzel pizza that they have right now.
Foul.
Which we did not plan on getting, but Craig says is the worst shit ever, and I wanted to test that. It smells so good. It smells like a pretzel, but
I couldn't tell you what a 10 was, but I can tell you what a 0 is. And it's this pretzel pizza.
it's this pretzel pizza.
You should
Okay.
take the other 2 pizzas first, and then this one last. I
That's
mean,
fair
even
enough.
maybe even
No,
after
no,
you
you're
had
right.
it
You're
in
right.
and out.
Give me a slice of Dominoes, and then give me a slice
Whoa,
of
bonus-
Little Caesars.
Bonus bell pepper.
Ew, bell peppers are yuck. What? Yuck indeed.
Craig, you can just cut this part out.
I get all soggy.
Hey, do you know what's fun? Prior to this episode, I was losing weight.
Same.
Not anymore.
I've lost like 5 pounds over the last week, and I'm gonna gain it all.
Everybody's
back.
gonna be like,
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Jacob, this is why you look like that. Which one is which?
What do you mean? You don't mean that.
I'm
You are a liar.
I'm not fucking okay. No, this is Little
Sit.
Caesars. This is Little Caesars. I can tell.
I'm gonna say he gets to guess.
Oh my. Okay, I've never done this before. I've never tried Domino's, Little Caesars side by side. We've always had this debate. I want us to make our predictions beforehand.
Yes.
Dominoes. Top tier.
I'm sipping. I'm sipping a little on a fruit smash. They're not sponsored, but
God.
it's like hard seltzer.
All right, you already know what I'm saying, boys.
Oh yeah.
Little Caesars.
Little Caesars. I'm gonna
100%
agree.
Little
I'm gonna
Caesars.
agree Little Caesars because I'm gonna stick to my gut, and my
You
gut
guys are-
says Little Caesars.
Dominoes.
You're Domino's and Craig.
Craig's
I'm not
foregoing
partaking.
the pizza.
You don't care?
These both are trash.
Oh! Okay, you're right. They're both
both
garbage.
trash.
But I mean, if you're gonna pick a garbage pizza, are you going the Domino's first?
No, pie Little Caesars.
Probably Little Caesars.
Specifically a pepperoni pizza. If you go anything else, it's bad.
Yeah, it's
That's
Domino's.
fair. All right,
Tastes,
so Domino's
tastes like
first.
their bread is really soft and pretty gross.
I don't know, man. Something about their sauce.
Their sauce
don't
is
like
it's
it.
real sweet.
I don't like it.
It's really sweet, and it just melts.
Fuck.
Like that's what I don't like about Domino's. It's just like you bite it, and it's gone. Now Little Caesars, on the other hand,
I can't do the sauce, man.
Yeah, Little Caesars is better.
Mm-hmm.
Little Caesars is better.
It's cheesier.
Little Caesars, not only is it cheesier, but it has that taste of like, so this is going to sound really bad because I just ate Long John Silver's. You know, like Kraft cheese or cheese spray?
It tastes like
or like those sugar cookies that just taste like processed. See, Domino's is trying too hard to taste like a good pizza. Little Caesars accepts that it's a shitty pizza and indulges in that.
Here's
So
the thing,
you're
here's
like,
the thing.
this is better.
So for why I like it more, I've never been huge on like heavy sauce. And so the fact that most Little Caesars pizzas are a little bit lighter on the sauce and more about the pepperoni.
Oh, really? I don't agree.
I love that.
I
just took a big bite of that Domino's and all I could taste was sweet sauce and I was like, nope, I don't
No.
like it.
I think Domino's actually has less sauce than Little Caesars. I think Domino's sauce is just not very, like, it doesn't have spice in it. That's what I can tell about Little Caesars.
It's so pronounced. I hate it.
Yeah, well, no. Little Caesars is like, it tastes like sauce. It's savory. The Domino's sauce is really sweet. And if you like really sweet, then, that's cool. But Spencer's ate the whole Domino
I'm going to say, all right,
pizza.
Spencer, what do you think? Because you ate the whole Domino piece, now you're taking a bite of Little Caesars.
Domino's okay. It's just not as good. Yeah, all right.
All right,
I don't wanna
wait. So
eat a million calories.
The
Spencer
cheese
thoughts.
on Little Caesars is too chewy. Like rubber.
That's the only thing I would
That's
say.
why I like it.
I actually like the amount of cheese that Little Caesars give you.
And it's like, this is shitty pizza. I want some rubbery cheese, some really salty fucking bread and sauce. It's real good.
I will say, where Domino's does beat Little Caesars, is Little Caesars does get more choice. Or, sorry, Domino's has more choice.
Yeah, we'll agree with that.
You can go to Domino's and you can be like, I want a white sauce chicken pizza. You can't do that at Little Caesars.
No.
But if you want just like a pepperoni pizza and it's it's going to be bad for you, you just go to Little Caesars.
Why do you like the Domino's more? Get in your mic.
I think their crust is amazing.
Really?
Yeah, it's like the only pizza that I'll eat the crust of.
Why
I
do you
think
like the crust?
It's like garlicky and buttery and tastes good.
Okay, that's fair.
I like their sauce. I do enjoy a lot of sauce on a pizza though. It's just how I am.
You both are saying that like the Little Caesars has less sauce. I feel like it has more.
It may just be that the sauce is less pronounced.
Okay.
I think that Little Caesars has too much cheese on their pizza.
Okay.
And if I have the option to either get a just cheese pizza or to get a vegetarian pizza that I'm going to enjoy, I'm going to pick the
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, and that's what I mean about Domino's having more choice. Like Domino's really gives you an option, like for Spencer, vegetarian pizza.
Yeah.
You can get that at Domino's. You can't really get that at Little Caesars unless you want to order special, and then maybe you can.
Yeah. Welcome to the Arcane Lounge podcast, where we tackle hard topics like Little Caesars versus Domino's.
This is going to be very controversial. I have to say, Domino's I think also is a 5, maybe a 6. It's right in there.
Okay.
I would never go to Domino's over going to Little Caesars, so it's kind of like I'm on that like weird like spot where, and I mean I'm not gonna go to Long John Silver's, I'm not gonna go to Domino's because there's better options. I say Little Caesars is like a 6 or a 7, 6.5.
I would say Little Caesars is a 5. Just because like shitty food can be really good sometimes.
That's why I put it up at like the 7.
And
I think it's just good.
Yeah,
It's just
no,
fun
I
to
don't
eat
agree
when
with
you
that. I
get
don't
it.
think it's good. It's just middle of the road. And then Domino's is a 4. They're not much different. But I like Little Caesars more. What's Domino's for you?
I would do the opposite of you. I think that
4 and 5?
Domino's is a 5 and Little Caesars is a 4.
What's the best pizza?
The best pizza?
The best pizza I've had is probably like a local place.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay,
good.
a chain. Best chain.
Domino's.
Domino's? Are
Yeah.
you kidding me? Me and Ed's is so much better.
No. I hate Me and Ed's.
I'm getting ready to make a lot of enemies here. Either Me and Ed's or hot take, Pizza Hut.
Oh,
Ugh,
you didn't say round table. We're okay.
No.
I think,
All right.
I think they're on the same.
The
level.
crown jewel.
I know.
The
California.
pretzel pizza.
No. We're doing.
You should definitely eat the.
We should eat our.
What was I? No. We
No,
should-
let's pretzel pizza.
No, pretzel pizza first, then I'll cleanse it with In-N-Out. What was the fucking guy we were saying that I'm gonna turn into with this episode? What's that guy's name?
Oh, you were just talking about that.
Yeah, the
guy.
dude who wears the red shirt
Something
and cries all the
avocado?
time. Yeah.
Oh wait, I'm sorry, but they just.
Sorry, everybody.
They have to see this.
That's not yellow. That's orange. This is not a color pizza's supposed to be.
Is that grease?
It's the same. Yes, it's the same color as the box.
This is such a bad idea.
All right. So
This is so stupid.
Oh.
So Spencer has to forego this one because you can't get it cheese, I guess.
Yeah, those fuckers.
There's pepperoni.
I tried.
There is
You could
pepperonis
try
in it.
I can try the
You
crust.
can try the crust. If you
Yeah,
want.
I'll take a little bite of Jacob's crust.
Do you know? I was
Ew.
thinking. You said nacho cheese. I thought it was gonna be like.
Okay.
Taco Bell nacho cheese.
No, it's like the cheese that you would
Why
dip.
are you serving
alright.
Craig a plate?
pretzels in.
All right.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay, I thought you were
Oh
like,
no,
"Here you
I'm
go,
not
Craig."
having this.
Greg's like, get this away from
Dude,
me.
it's like falling apart as I'm pulling it.
Look at that!
Yeah.
You pulled the top off the bottom, and you can't tell which one was which.
Do you need help? Oh, what the fuck? Don't show that to the screen.
Oh, Jesus!
All right, I'm gonna take this piece. From
It is deceptively beautiful. Like this looks like it would taste good,
Really?
Yeah.
but it is
All
not.
right, let's fucking do this.
Can I have a little?
Yeah,
little-
give you a little
A
crust.
little pretzel crust. Yeah.
Here.
Fuck.
Oh, it's got some cheese
No,
in
no,
it.
he's pulling away some of
It's
his
got
crust.
stuffed crust.
Yeah.
All right, you ready, Jacob? You ready for this hell?
I don't know. It might be
I feel like
good.
you have to take
Is
a
it
bite
crust?
from
Is
the
it
end.
pretzel on the bottom?
Well, no, we have to take a regular bite, and then we have to take a bite of the crust.
Okay.
All right, crust bite.
Yeah, the pretzel is the crust.
What the fuck? What is this? It does taste like Taco Bell.
It's just like 30 different flavors. It's like what is like it's not trying to be anything. It's salty, but it also has cheese.
It's too much salt.
Yeah.
Like if they had a way to
It's
get the
so
cheese
salty.
and the pepperoni and the bread without sodium in it, without salt, and they added these big salt granules on top of it, absolutely. You have one bite and I'm automatically dehydrated.
I do agree with what you were saying in the car, Craig. It does taste like a mall pretzel, but it's like the cheese is too much.
It
It's
is.
like this is just rubber in my mouth.
I
And,
can't even
it
taste
kind of
the
tastes like a
cheese.
pretzel.
All I taste
No,
is salt.
I don't taste the cheese either. It's just weird to have very rubbery cheese and also a pretzel.
No.
You're not taking more bites.
He's gonna finish it.
God,
He's gonna
no.
finish
like
it.
it?
No.
Do you
got
like
the-
it?
Oh,
I don't hate it.
I'm gonna try one more bite out of respect for you. But
You
you
should try
can
and take-
never make fun of me for liking Arby's again if you like this.
You should try and take a bite of like the crust too.
yeah, I do
You
like
get
a
both.
crust. Yeah.
You kind of need the whole repertoire there.
Can we get a napkin over here?
Absolutely.
Ah, fuck. It's so salty. It's too much salt.
Okay. Yeah, clean it up. Yucky. Oh, I shouldn't have eaten that whole pizza.
Here you go. It's too salty.
Shoot.
Yeah.
I meant to take a Lactaid.
Oh no, that's not good. Your
No.
tummy's gonna hurt.
Yep. My tummy do
Okay,
hurt.
so what do you get that out of 10?
4.
I agree. It's a 4.
I know I ate the whole thing, but the salt is still in my mouth.
See, here's the problem. I really like salty stuff. If I will consume a ton of saltines.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, Spencer.
I was that weird kid in restaurants that would like take the
Eat
salt
the salt.
shaker.
Yeah.
and put it in there.
Me too.
Oh.
So salt doesn't bother me at all.
I would say if the crust was just a pretzel, it'd probably be better than if it was stuffed with cheese.
So what do you give the crust? As it is?
Like it tastes like a mall pretzel. It's like a 4.
Yeah, like a 5.
That's
Like
the
a
worst
5 or
part
a
is
4.
that it's so close to being good.
Yeah.
There's some, but the problem is that there's about 25% of each ingredient adding to it.
Yeah.
A whole piece,
Yeah,
it's
it's
terrible. But
too
if
much.
one was missing, one of the 4 missing, would be perfect.
If it was just like lighter sauce, a lot of cheese, I like that. That more nacho-y cheese, and then they put the pretzel, the salt on top, like you said, it'd be really good.
I
But
agree.
it's way too salty, and I personally don't mind. It's not like awful, but it's not good either.
Like, are you ever going to buy that over? Are you ever going to buy that over a regular Little Caesars pizza?
No, never.
I don't know why you would. I don't know why you would pay extra for that.
No.
'Cause
Yeah, that was like
even
$9.
though there was
It's
more.
like twice
I would
as
only
much,
get it
dude.
for one reason, to be like, try this, and then people go, oh, and I'll be like, yeah.
Yeah, it is. You pay more to take so much away from your pizza.
For sure.
All right.
All right,
Finishing it with
is it In-N-Out time?
Yes. So
This is the cream of the crop.
fun fact.
The Valley
I'm pretty
Jewel.
sure we've done this exact tier list before. During the
We probably
14
have, but we're
during
gonna
the-
do it again.
Well, during the 14-hour stream.
Yeah, but we'll do it for the podcast.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Of course. That way they don't
so
have to maybe our choices.
There are a
have
lot of
changed.
In-N-Out haters out there, and that's just because you don't want us Californians to have some form of culture.
Oh, yeah. We need it.
Look, if you don't like In-N-Out, that's fine. But what? Oh, you don't like it? You don't like the way it looks?
There's a lot going on this one.
There,
Oh, yeah.
there is a lot going on.
So get my-
The best
So-
part about In-N-Out is their animal style, which Colton does not like.
I hate it.
So I will agree, their fries are not top tier, but the animal style makes them great. I like their fries because they make them right there in front of you, and you can see that they're potatoes, and I like that they have a potato-y taste, and I like that with a fry. I like a crispy fry, but a potato-y fry is really, really good.
Carl's Jr. has best fries,
Animal style, add chilies. That's
I would
the
have to
best
say
way.
Del Taco has the best fries.
but only because if you get them crisp cut fries. Crisp cut fries are the best.
Man,
Fries.
Crisp cut fries are very good.
I know my opinion is unpopular, but no sauce with onions, it's so good on the
I
burger.
mean, it's not bad, but animal style is just better. What'd you just toss?
The tomato.
Okay, that's fine.
It's really a texture thing. It's
No.
goopy and
I fully
gross.
agree. I fully agree.
bland.
It's just mushy, you know. You don't necessarily need
Okay,
that.
how are we gonna do this with the disagreements though? Because I know Colton doesn't consider.
If you disagree, it
In and
goes
out.
down a tier.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
If you can give it like a point, basically. It's everything is a B.
All right,
But
let's-
if you give it a point,
Let's
This
start
is
with
really good.
let's start with Arby's.
Which is very good.
okay.
I give
Oh,
it a
we're
point.
going. We're going. I'm eating, but we're going.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've never eaten at Arby's.
I
So
love this.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
You do?
Very good.
Nice.
Very good, right? It's the animal style. To me, that's
So
the
for you
one that
guys to
always
know,
does it.
this is Craig's first time animal style burger, right?
Because I live in fear.
Yeah. Craig's wife is
So-
a gremlin.
so-
Of the secret menu.
Yeah.
So In-N-Out, automatically, I'm just gonna say I give it an 8.
You know what? I will agree with you. It's an 8.
It's not like top tier, but it's pretty dang close.
Oh, yeah. I can vibe with that.
Also, if you're still watching and you're watching us eat In-N-Out, what the fuck?
So Arby's.
If you're the guy whose profile picture is me eating, fuck you.
That's a thing.
That's so weird. Why'd you do that?
That's a thing.
Yes,
even know that was a
I'm
thing.
eating a crunch wrap and it's his fucking profile picture.
Ew.
So Arby's.
So Arby's.
I give it a point. I think it's an A.
You want to take that mouse? You want to take the mouse from me? Shall we take a picture?
What do you think, Craig? Would you give Arby's a point?
I will give Arby's a negative point just because I know I don't like it.
I've never been to Arby's, so I will neither give it a point or take a point away.
I think Arby's does deserve a B. Yeah, if it's an A for Colton, Jacob ducks it down to a B. I agree with a B.
B. Okay.
Yeah.
B tier.
Arby's breakfast is very good. They're also one of the few restaurants that do biscuits and gravy.
Oh,
Dude, I don't
that's
know what
rare.
it is about. I don't know what it is about their roast beef sandwiches. Like, it's so simple. Like, I could literally just make it at home, but they're really good for some reason.
I'm not a huge fan because it doesn't have chicken. I'm not a huge fan of like beef and pork.
Can I make something clear though? This tier list is just everything that's in the list already.
Yeah,
It's not compared to other things. So if we give something an S, it's an S tier for this fast food group. Okay, cool. Then I'm okay. Then I'm good with calling Burger King a B. Otherwise, I give Burger King a D. But if it's compared to everybody else, it's a B.
I think Burger King's a C.
Okay.
I think we should place everything, and then we can move things around once we see where everything lies.
Yeah. All right.
I think Burger King's a C.
I'm gonna give Burger King a B because they are one of the first that were like, "Here's a vegetarian burger."
That's exactly my point I was going to bring
Yeah.
up. First one to do Beyond.
Yeah. Like,
They had that ad campaign where it would take you could take like a McDonald's burger and put it in a room and it just won't decompose. A Burger
yeah.
King burger will because they use fresher ingredients. To me, that wins them some points.
I still think it's a C.
Also,
I think it's a B.
I'm gonna go wash my hands. It's
Okay.
a little messy,
Yeah.
so be right
Good.
back. Also, can somebody explain that none of this is sponsored?
we are not sponsored by any of these companies that we have eaten today, or the ones that we're talking about right now.
I wanted to be sponsored.
We will never be sponsored by Long John Silver's, Colton. I'm so sorry. If they'd offered it to us, I would say, but let's not. Yeah.
What
Okay.
if they offered like
It's so
just
appropriate.
burlap sacks full of hush puppies?
Yo.
Yeah.
Guys, just think about the weight you would gain if you ate a burlap sack.
It's
of-
too late.
It's too
COVID's
late.
here.
I'm gonna say I'm already.
Summer's coming.
I'm already almost 300 pounds. What do I got to
Thick
lose?
boy summer. Yeah.
What do I got to lose?
Start calling me a hush.
It's
puppy.
just bulking for the gym. That's all it is.
Yeah.
I would
Just
say
bulking, carb loading.
there's a few things that I would say Long John Silver's needs to do before we would accept. Put your chicken and fish in different boxes.
Please, it should be in 2 separate boxes.
Please.
That was a good
Why
choice, Jacob.
do your green beans smell like that?
Yeah,
Why
no,
do you
Not a good choice for my body.
yeah,
This is
no,
a good choice for
we're
right
not
now.
sponsored by any of
Yeah,
the
no-
any
no
of the things.
sponsorships.
Why do you have 2 employees answering the drive-through?
Yeah, that was weird.
That was funny. That killed me.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
So I say B for Burger King. Bless you.
I'll give Burger King a B as well,
Agreed.
just
B.
because
B.
their food isn't like my favorite, but I can respect them a little bit.
So does Colton knocking it down go to C or
Well,
does
no,
it stay at
because
B?
you guys all gave it a B.
Yeah.
So I think me doing 1 point doesn't mean that it's like,
right, Burger King.
look, as long as Arby's gets the respect it deserves.
we could also do it by thumbs up. If we give it a thumbs up, it goes up by 1, and if we give it a thumbs
Nah,
down,
that's
Nah.
too
no,
much.
okay. All right, fair enough. Little Caesars.
I think it's an A.
I was gonna say D.
Yeah.
I was gonna say B as well.
Oh,
No, he said
No,
D.
he said D.
I was gonna say
I know
D.
you're D.
Yeah.
I'm going B.
I was gonna say A.
Previously I said B. You're with A.
I'm
C.
C.
That's what-
so
that's what it
so that
was.
means it's if we do math, so it's -2, and then it's -1 from Spencer, but it's +1 for Colton and neutral for me. So that means it's D.
What?
Right? No, that's not how that works. That was not correct at all. It's the medium.
Yeah.
So you go -2, you go -1, and then you go +1, I go 0. So that means it's C.
So C?
So C.
C?
C.
Yeah, that's where it sits a C with all of us.
All right.
I'm not gonna go to any other pizza place.
I totally will. It's not a good pizza place. It's just if you want something cheap and fast, it's not bad.
Yeah, I don't have that much money.
Oh well.
Cheap and fast.
C gets a
Boom.
passing grade. A D is a fail.
I think that cost.
So hang
C's
on,
get degrees.
are we factoring in cost?
I think that cost of the food matters.
I think cost of food is very subjective. Because personally, I don't really care.
I think it's whatever the person decides.
In all of these
true.
scenarios,
No, heart of
I'm assuming I have at least $20 in my
Yeah.
bank
Yeah,
account to
yeah.
spend on food.
Okay, that's good actually. I think that's that's
What can I
perfect.
get here for $20 that is gonna? I don't.
Then yeah,
I'm never
I think
gonna eat
Little Caesars
$20 worth
I-
of
I
food
just see,
somewhere.
I
But
think a B for me. It's because it's worth $5. Okay,
All right, okay.
we had to take a small break because Spencer's tummy was hurting because all of our stomachs should really be hurting after eating
my
that awful of food. But what's up?
yeah, I didn't even get Tums.
Oh, I'm sorry, I couldn't find it.
All right, so Carl's Jr. is
Okay,
an S. For
S
so
tier.
Craig, why is Carl's Jr. S tier?
Sesame seed buns,
Okay.
Western
So-
bacon cheeseburger, crisp cut fries, and the only burger place up here that does Mexican food right.
You know what, guys? I'm gonna
Wait,
be off-
green
Green
taco?
burrito.
Green burrito?
You know what, guys? I gotta agree with Craig on this. I think
S?
it's an S.
Because even Del Taco, who does that kind of same thing, does California burritos. So there's fucking fries in there. No one wants them. If I want Mexican, I want Mexican without fries.
Okay.
I agree. I agree with Craig.
It's
I
versatile.
think
I
it's an S.
disagree with the California burrito. I like fries in a California burrito.
I agree too, but if I want Mexican food, I don't want a California burrito.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
true.
that's
Well, then just don't order a California burrito.
That's the thing. Del Taco, you can't. You can only
You
get like
can.
you only get the dollar ones, but all their bigger ones are all California burrito in their natural states.
Yeah. Okay. All right. If we're comparing Del Taco to Carl's Jr.,
No.
I just feel like
No,
Carl's
all
Jr.
No
there's
comparing.
a point because of it allowing it to be authentic, and then you upgrade to the California burrito.
Okay. All right. So I would say that the only reason I don't like Carl's Jr. is because of how unhealthy it is.
Yes,
Like it's awful
I
for
mean,
you.
all of these places.
thousands of calories.
Yeah, no, but I think Carl's Jr. Of course, all these places like Chipotle, nah, it doesn't count.
I'll
but
give-
like, if we're comparing Carl's Jr. an average Carl's Jr. meal to a In-N-Out meal, I think Carl's Jr. will destroy your arteries
But
over
then would Arby's get extra points because it's less calories because it's roast beef?
No, but I think
we can't really.
No,
I don't think there should be any comparing.
We can't really
between
dock it
places.
for
you can't
calorie
compare it
intake.
all.
Well, you're rating Carl's Jr. itself.
Okay, so just Carl's Jr. by
I think
its
it's
own.
an S.
But I
I
think it's a fair thing to deduct points if you think the food would be unhealthy.
That's the
Yeah.
thing, though.
'Cause it is
then-
extremely-
Then it grosses me out.
But again, it's
Then
fast
that's
food
fine.
place.
And that's totally-
Well,
totally
no,
what it is.
I'm trying to say that to you. It's like, yes, technically, well, actually, that's why I don't.
90% of the places on this list is unhealthy.
I actually, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Food.
Got a little extra on there.
Yeah, that's gross. I'm gonna use. Oh, I was just gonna use a note here. I give it a B.
Okay.
It doesn't have a lot of food for me to eat, but it is open 24 hours. I'm pretty sure.
I will say that. So I just want to.
At least here it is.
I just want to be clear about my unhealthiness. I actually think Arby's isn't very healthy, and that's a reason why I don't like it either. So I'm not saying that a healthy place is going to get more points for me, but it's definitely going to make me like it a little more. So I would say Carl's Jr. is an A, subjectively.
I will say Arby's is more healthy than the majority of burger places.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
You can get a half-pound roast beef, and because it's roast beef, it's primarily protein, and it's like 800 calories.
Okay,
You get that same meal at McDonald's, and it's like 1,400.
So I just want to say one more thing.
If you're talking purely calorie
I can't.
We're trying to get this. We're trying to get done.
Okay.
We still have questions.
Let's go.
It's true, we do. Chick-fil-A?
I've never eaten
I
it.
can't vote on Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A
I've
is-
eaten there once.
Chick-fil-A is S tier.
I've never had it.
I've eaten there once.
Really? I've been there once
I
to
just
Fresno, and it was pretty dang good.
I felt like it was like I got to give it a C because I didn't really care about it the one time that I had it, but I've only had it once,
Okay.
so I can't really dock it more than that. You think a B because of that?
Jake, you gave it an S. You gave it a C.
Yeah. Well, what do you guys give it?
I've never eaten
I've
there.
never eaten there.
Okay.
So it's default B, so it'd
Yeah.
probably get.
Default
That means
B.
it gets a.
B. I think B is about right.
Then,
It's between
yeah.
B and A, which is weird.
Okay, sure.
So Chipotle.
Uh,
Chipotle's weird.
A.
I would say Chipotle is an A.
I feel like sometimes I go to Chipotle, it's an S, and sometimes I go to Chipotle and it's a D.
Really?
Like, sometimes when I go there, it's just not.
Craig
good.
made a good point about Chipotle one time before we played Tomb of Annihilation. He was like, "You ever really gotten Chipotle and been like, oh, this was really good?" Like, no.
The problem
But
is,
at the same time, I don't feel guilty eating it.
Yeah, I think Chipotle does have a lot of problems where some things I eat are just not very good, but I think that's a me problem. They have so many options. It takes so long to really to find that thing that you know.
Well, I mean, sometimes I get the same thing, and I'm like, this is way
inconsistent?
worse than it was last time.
So
I got to give it a B just because I feel like literally depending on the day that I order, it can be S tier or D tier.
I feel like it deserves an S.
I would say S as well because I don't want to put it on the same level as Carl's Jr.
I give it an A.
Once again, I think we put everything in its places first, and then we talk about if we need to reorganize anything.
Okay, sure. So put it. Where does it go then?
You guys both gave it an S. I gave it an A. Colton gave it a B.
So
So I think it sits at an A then.
So A, and you could probably put it in front of Carl's Jr. if we think it's better, because you can do that.
I would say it's better than Carl's Jr.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate because that does suck.
Domino's Pizza's a C.
Yeah, throw all the pizzas in a C. There's not one pizza on there that's not going to be a C.
I think it's a D.
A D?
All right,
I don't know.
that.
That one bite.
Spencer,
I give it a B.
It's been a little bit since I've had Domino's, but that bite I took like assaulted my mouth in ways that I
Okay, so you two
despise.
kind of cancel each other out. It sits at a C. Okay, so I've never had Dairy Queen.
Neither.
It's been years.
We don't have one.
Leave it down there.
Leave it.
Yeah,
just leave
skip
it down there.
Okay.
Five Guys.
Very good.
Oh,
B?
I
S.
think it's an S.
I would say S as well.
B.
I think
B?
I'll settle with it being at an A because of the lack of options.
Then
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
I
at
agree.
an A
Lack
then.
of
I
options
do
is
like
the
those
problem.
peanuts they have there.
So
I
A.
do like the peanuts too.
But man, Five Guys it's real good. Oh, actually, I would actually put it at A for one pure reason. I have $20. It's hard to get something for only $20
get
at
a
Five
meal
Guys.
for $20, but it's
All
not
your
gonna
money's
be-
gone. They're
Yeah.
expensive.
That's true.
Yeah.
All right, In and Out.
S.
I
For me,
think
it's an S.
I think it's an A.
After that, animal style, probably an S now.
Yeah. Okay.
Pretty good. And the shakes are pretty good.
Jack in the Box.
D.
I've
I've never been to Jack. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I will give it a C. I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I was about to say I've
C.
never been to Jack in the Box and it's been good. When I used to work at Target, they had the munchie meals, and they had.
They still have those.
Yeah, I know they still have them, and I don't know why that shit was like my saving grace when I worked at Target. I would think about that all day, just be like, it's the only place that's gonna be open when I get off of work, and it's on my way home, and it's only like it's real cheap too.
Yeah, it's like
so,
$5.
and it was just shitty food. I just wanted to eat. It wasn't that bad, but Jack in the Box sucks.
I think
So
it
give it a
deserves-
C.
I think it deserves a C.
Yeah, I give it a C.
C.
Yeah.
Though I will say I eat a lot of Jack in the Boxes. I love particular foods from there, but I know
Yeah,
it's
that's why I
garbage.
eat Taco Bell like
Yeah, I know
every
it's
other day.
Yeah.
I give KFC a B.
God, I wish it was an S, but the last couple of years it's been bad.
I agree.
Yeah.
It's a
It's
B.
real
I
bad.
think it used to be
Used to
really
be very
good,
good.
and now it's just meh. It's just okay.
I-
They have some stuff I really like though. Like sometimes if I just want some mashed potatoes and a piece of chicken, I don't.
Yeah.
I prefer KFC over Popeyes.
Really?
I also do.
The
I
only
disagree.
reason I'd ever order Popeyes is if I want a biscuit.
Yeah.
They have better biscuits.
Their
They
biscuits
do
are
have better
so good.
biscuits.
But KFC to me just I don't know, it's just better.
Go B.
Yeah, I think B
Yeah.
is fine.
That's fine.
McDonald's.
C.
D.
D. I also like McDonald's a lot, but it's garbage. It's
I
utter
I agree.
trash.
It's complete garbage.
I've
think-
never eaten it and not
So-
felt
so-
like an abused spouse.
so here's my-
I don't know why I keep going back.
Yeah.
Here's my thing. I think I have to give it a B just because of their McMuffins. The
No.
McMuffins are so good.
I
don't
would
know
have
what
to give it-
is.
McFlurries are good
I-
if their machine works.
I think
Even then.
it's just me growing up and like eating a lot of that style of food, like like the fucking frozen like sausage, egg, and cheese things you can. I don't know what it is about the McMuffins. I love them.
I would say the only reason I'm not giving it a D is because the McChicken is not bad.
I'm also okay with it being a C. I just think that it's low B tier.
Yeah, it's
But
awful.
C is also. I think I would rather, if I'm going by myself somewhere and I need to I have $20, I'd rather go to McDonald's than a pizza place. I think it's better than Little Caesar or Domino's, but it's worse than anything.
Well,
in
yeah,
between.
if I'm by myself, yeah. But if I'm
too.
getting for a bunch of people,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna fucking Donald
Well, that's
Trump
fair.
order the entire White House at McDonald's. What the fuck?
Well, no, that's fair. I think it's better than anything else in C tier right now, but it's worse than B tier.
I gotta be honest, I don't know what it is. It's the nano chips they put in us when we were born.
Yeah.
There's some about me every once a month. Me and my sister feel this way. Well, not once a month. It's more like one every 3 months where I just go, I just really want McDonald's. I'm like a
Yeah.
pregnant person. Like I
Yeah.
want McDonald's. I don't know why. I get it, feel awful, and never want it again.
Yeah.
And it's
And then
the
3
worst.
months later,
There
you really
was-
want McDonald's, right?
There was
yeah.
a point like 5 months ago where I really wanted one of their Egg McMuffins, and they got rid of fucking all day breakfast, and it was like 6
Yeah, it
in the
was
afternoon or 6
stupid,
at
yeah.
night, and I was like, I can't get a fucking Egg McMuffin. They're like, no, we don't serve it
I
anymore.
know you got it back there. Just make it.
Yeah,
Okay,
hand it over.
Then throw it in C tier. But
I think it's
Jack in the Box
C.
has all day breakfast, so leave it in front of.
But Jack in the Box breakfast sucks. So
I don't know
It's
about
not
that.
as good as McDonald's breakfast.
Panda
What's
Panda
Express,
Express is an A.
Oh
a B.
no,
I,
it's terrible.
I'm giving
is.
it
You
a
don't
B.
like Panda?
Terrible.
I'm the only one.
Look, I'm giving it a B simply because, and maybe this is not proper comparison, whatever. I think that if I want to find the same food, I can find the same food for cheaper and better.
Really?
We've
Yeah.
already done it.
Yeah, we have.
Gumbo.
Oh yeah. I mean,
It's cheaper, better, and it's the exact same food as what Panda serves.
but it's faster to get it at Panda.
Yeah,
But it's not
And you
better.
can get it delivered.
but
The
That's
delivery
the
is a
only
bonus.
thing is if you can.
I say it's a
And
C.
there's more of
I
them.
say it's a C or a low B.
It's the convenience.
well, there's also Jade. Could get that delivered.
Yeah,
Jade's very good.
Jade is very
Sakura's very good. Cantons. I know we can't talk about
I-
Cantons, but Cantons is the best place.
good. Yeah.
I think it's a high C, low B.
I don't know, man.
I'd give it a B.
Do you like Chinese food?
Yes.
Chinese
Yeah,
food.
yes,
It's not
I
real.
do
It's
love-
American Chinese
absolutely.
food. Okay, and you think Panda's really bad?
Because I don't think it's as. I think it's because of its convenience.
Okay.
It does lose some of that.
I think it has a novelty in its orange chicken. I think the orange
Yeah.
chicken's real good, and
Yeah.
like. I'm never gonna sometimes honey walnut shrimp is good and it makes me feel like shit afterwards and I'm
See,
just like
I don't like honey chicken.
you
or
you
orange
can
chicken,
put it
so
at either the back of B tier. You know what? I'm fine with that.
I'm fine with that.
Right there,
If
right,
I can
right.
accept
In front
that.
of KFC.
I've never had Papa John's.
It's been years.
Sorry guys, I've never had it.
Is that the
Turns out that Papa John's kind of a
He's crazy.
Papa
a great
John's
person,
goes on
so-
D tier.
is that the
because-
take and bake place?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no.
You know what? It goes in D just because it's take and bake.
Yeah.
It's like, why would I get
No,
that?
no. Take and bake is great.
Okay, Traders, yeah. but-
Yes, Traders is really good.
Papa
Traders
John's
is
D tier
fantastic.
because the guy's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree
definitely.
with that. I don't know if you guys
Papa
know
John's
anything
Mr.
about the
40
guy.
cents
Mr.
is in
John
30 days.
is
I don't
insane.
know if you know anything about the guy, but he is.
Yeah,
he
no,
is
he's a nut
bit
job.
of a loon.
He had an interview.
Pizza Hut.
Pizza
here we
Hut's a
go.
D.
A.
Oh, what the fuck, dude?
Whoa.
Pizza Hut's gross, man.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna give it a C.
So when we
I'll
No,
moved,
also give it a
D.
C.
when we first moved here,
Bad memories.
she really wanted Domino's pizza, and I was like, yeah, let's
don't
get it because we
deliver
get it all the time at our old place, and they don't deliver to this house. So I was like, oh, sorry. So we got Pizza Hut instead.
Terrible.
Worst decision we
A.
ever made. It was
no,
bad.
D.
I don't know what it is.
I would
like
say
Pizza
D
Hut.
as well.
I hate it.
Something about their crust. I really
Pizza
like the
places
crust.
in the C tier.
I didn't put it in the C
Yeah.
tier.
Colton will bump it up.
Colton's A brings it up. Popeyes is a B.
I think it's a high B. I think it's better than KFC.
I think it's lower than KFC.
I think it needs to dethrone that Arby's right there for sure.
That,
No, Arby's is the best B tier.
No.
Yeah.
I would put Popeyes biscuits are phenomenal.
All right, put in high B.
I think
do
the
it.
biscuits make it better.
Go, why won't you go?
Arby's.
No.
No.
There we go. Get rid of it.
Oh, I forgot about Sonic.
Sonic is
S tier.
cafeteria food. No.
S
No.
tier.
No,
You know what?
Craig.
Yes.
No,
S
Craig.
tier.
I think it's S tier under In-N-Out for the drinks alone.
The drinks by themselves.
I hate
You're
the
right.
food.
The drinks
the
are good.
wraps are
No,
great.
the
No,
food
the
sucks.
food's disgusting.
The wraps are
The
great.
only good thing on the Sonic menu that's good is their grilled cheese, and I
No.
can make that at home.
No, that's terrible. It tastes like something you're served in second grade. They go, here you go, get out.
Yeah,
get
that's
out.
why it's kind of good though.
No, terrible. You were homeschooled. You don't know. You don't know the struggle.
I think the food is bad, but I think it's
The drinks
S
are
tier
fun.
because of the drinks.
Well,
All that exists
Fuck,
in A tier
man.
though.
A tier?
A tier.
If I could vote on the drinks and the food separately,
But, like,
it would
A
be
tier-
S and D.
But A tier in front of Carl's Jr. and Five Guys because it's cheaper.
I agree with that.
Both those are
Dude,
expensive.
you can go get a drink that's like this big for like $1.50.
Yeah.
Happy
like-
hour. Also, those bitches be wearing roller skates.
Yeah.
for them.
Bitches.
Yeah, okay. Well, I mean,
Girls on roller skates.
Anyone on roller skates.
fuck poor fucking employees. You have to be like, I really have to wear
Though
goddamn roller
granted,
skates.
Sonic
That's
also
fun.
did have that whole thing happen where they were paying their employees like $4 an hour somewhere,
Oh.
and that
Oh.
kind of sucked. But that was more a franchise owner than it was Sonic.
We'll skip that because if so, Popeyes, or rather Chick-fil-A should probably be lower.
Oh,
Yes.
that's
But-
true.
But we'll just skip
We
that
won't
for now.
bring in
That's fair.
the company
Papa John
ideals. Yeah.
deserves
Food.
it, 'cause we
Sorry,
don't.
I forgot. I didn't mean to give Chick-fil-A the regard that it doesn't deserve.
I mean,
Papa
In-N-Out
John's
too,
a
though.
little crazy. So Papa John, and we haven't had Papa John's.
Fair enough.
So it can
Um,
sit down there. Subway, I
S
think
tier.
it's a B tier.
I would give it.
S.
Say
S.
S.
I also say S.
I would give it an
I
A.
love Subway.
Subway's great.
Really,
I
I'm
love
the
it.
lowest one on Subway.
I
That
get,
surprises
I
me.
get the
Subway's
same
okay.
thing every time, and it slaps.
It does.
I have to agree. I've never like I've been like not feeling Subway, but every time I get Subway, I'm like, this was
I'm
good.
shocked. I thought that I was gonna be the highest one at
Nope.
a B.
No,
Subway's
I
nice.
can't remember.
you just don't
a
like good
time-
things.
Oh, hey.
I lived with you guys for 4 years.
Yeah.
And I think we went to Subway all of 3 times.
Really?
No.
She's been eating
love
it
it.
like every week.
Yep.
like during 2021.
Cool. I think it's good. I
Because
just
the
don't think
Target
it's-
up the
Yeah.
road is
has
like
Subway.
Yeah.
it has like
yeah,
a drive-through.
it
Yeah.
has a drive-through, so you can just
I
walk up and
remember.
get it.
I
Yeah.
went through
Drive up.
there like 8 months ago with you guys, and you were memeing me about it because you're like, "Why are we
Because
going to a
it's
Subway
stupid. It
drive-through?"
was
Yeah.
stupid until we did it. We're like, fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't think about a Subway drive-through. That's ridiculous. And then you do it, and you're like, stupid
They're also
touchscreen.
incredibly quick.
Yeah.
They're very quick.
Oh yeah, very quick.
I think it's a high B. I think
All
it's
right,
better than
all right,
Popeyes.
all right. Taco Bell, gotta give it an A. I gotta give Taco Bell
I
an
think
A.
Taco Bell gets an S.
I give
S.
it an S too.
Yep.
All right, put an S.
Send it up.
I don't think it's on the level of In-N-Out, but I will agree.
Do I dare?
Oh,
Do you know who
absolutely,
else-
Yes,
do you know who's on-
dare.
You do dare.
You do dare.
Oh no! How
Get
dare
outta
you?
here.
How dare you?
Gone.
Wendy's D.
Oh, that's
Oh,
sad.
they have potato. They have
We're
baked
not
potatoes.
taking policies into account, right?
No.
No.
Okay, all right.
Baked potatoes
But
though.
square meat.
Dude, I have gone to Wendy's and gotten a ice cold burger before. It's D.
Oh, rip.
It's Goldberg.
Like it was like they didn't even put
like square
the,
meat?
It was like they didn't even put the meat on the grill. Like it was literally like still frozen.
What the
ice
speckled
cold.
lemonades?
Spencer's dying at square meat.
Where's Craig's face?
So-
It's funny.
I am the same. I have been to Wendy's all but maybe 2 or 3
You.
times. I'm getting to that. And the cool part about Wendy's, they have baked potato.
They do.
The shitty part about Wendy's is one time I went there and I got a chicken sandwich and I was in the bathroom for like 4 hours crying. So I'm not even. It was the worst poop I had ever had
Oh,
in my
shit.
life. And I would never go to Wendy's anymore because
Yeah.
of that. So,
So-
just for that, I give it a D.
So I have this similar situation with the chili, but it was a good experience. I was in there for 4 hours and I was like, this is worth the pain. Wendy's chili fucking slaps.
No, it's shitty.
Stomach acid killing.
All right, so I think it goes in C just by virtue of Craig liking it.
All right.
Also, yeah.
But higher than all those other ones.
Nah,
Higher than all the pizza places.
I'll put it.
No.
Maybe you can put it above Pizza Hut.
You can put it above Pizza Hut and McDonald's.
Yeah.
I do that.
Yeah.
And below Jack in the
No,
Box.
Wendy's is
No,
bad.
no.
Wendy's is worse than McDonald's. 100%.
No.
Okay.
No.
Have you ever gone to McDonald's and been like, I got a frozen burger? Like they didn't even cook it?
I've never
Yeah.
I guess
felt,
that's fair.
all the frozen though?
I've never felt good about
It's
eating
the
McDonald's.
only time I've ever gone back into a place and been
So
like,
here's the thing.
what did you do to my food?
So I've had very extreme bads with Wendy's, but I've had a very consistent bad
Low,
with
yeah.
McDonald's.
It's always bad. When they're
So
average,
Wendy's
it's bad.
could be better.
But you have a bigger experience with McDonald's.
Yeah, and I
You
know
might
that
get
it's
the same
bad.
experience with Wendy's.
I know. That's how I know it's
All right.
terrible.
We don't have a White Castle.
don't have a White
I've,
Castle.
No, we
I've
don't.
seen one. We were in Philadelphia. We looked at it and went, "What the
Do you
fuck's
know what
that?"
would be an S tier underneath In-N-Out if it was on here? Is the
What?
Habit.
I agree.
No.
Yeah. The Habit's real good.
Okay, all right. So are we all comfortable with our positions, or do we feel like anything needs to change?
Okay, so I think Taco Bell goes under In-N-Out.
No.
Disagree.
Disagree.
Nah, I disagree.
What the hell, guys? You guys
Bell
like
stays up
Taco
there.
Bell too much.
Taco Bell slaps.
It's cheap. It's very good. Has tons of options.
Yep.
Taco Bell has one of the most varieties for people that do not want to have meat.
Yep.
All right, okay.
Maybe it's because
All right.
Those potatoes.
Mexican food
You're
has a lot
right.
of beans, but
If they
you're
ever
right.
get rid of the potatoes again, it goes below In-N-Out. But
Their fries
They
are
brought
good
them
too.
back.
Yeah.
All right.
I think Chipotle sits top of A tier. I think that's right.
Also, I don't like Mountain Dew, but Baja.
Baja Blast
Blast
is
is
so
really
good.
I think we have a really big flaw in our tier system. Five Guys is below Sonic.
I think that's true
I'm
though.
fine with that. I'm okay with that.
The drinks are better, but the food's terrible.
the drinks, and the price to performance ratio of Sonic.
Yeah, I'm only ever gonna go to Sonic to get a drink.
But that's fine. That's all you need.
Yes,
I
but
feel like Subway should go in front of Chipotle.
I agree.
I think we're giving Sonic too high of a tier, and purely because it's the only one we're looking at and going, if you ignore this, this is really good, because you can technically do that with any one of them. You can look at McDonald's and just go, the McChicken is so good, but if you ignore every other shitty part of them,
But nobody
it's great.
goes to Sonic for the food anymore. It's already just a drink place.
I never go to Sonic.
So then we're getting into public reputation.
Bad.
Well, my reputation is that I don't eat a Sonic. I definitely go to Happy Hour and get ocean water.
I would rather, if I have $20, I would rather go to Sonic, get like some crappy fries and a really nice drink than go to Five Guys.
I don't believe that at all.
I would rather spend $5.
If I looked at you and I said, we're going to go get food right now, would you prefer going to Sonic or Five Guys?
I would say
If I had $20, I couldn't go to Five Guys.
No. But that's not. This is purely the goodness scale of both. If it was on me and I looked at you and I said, "We're gonna go eat," where do you want to go?
so I'll be honest with you here. If I had the choice, and when we lived on in those apartments, this is what I did all the time. I would get food somewhere else, probably not Five Guys, because Five Guys is expensive.
Whoa.
And then I would.
Oh shit!
Oh.
Did I lose all of it?
No.
Oh, thank God.
I would go to Five Guys. Not if Five Guys and Sonic, those are the only two places I can go. I would go to Five Guys and get a burger, and then go to Sonic and get a drink. I would just default to drink from Sonic.
Then I don't think it's fair that we're not rating all the others by their drinks, except for Taco Bell.
I totally 100% compared their drinks into what my ratings
Okay.
were.
Then
Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Outside of those two though, like most of the places just serve the generic repertoire. Like it's not like
All right, we'll leave it.
Sonic has a drink special.
That's fine. That's fine.
And I think it deserves to be
Five
credited.
Guys.
If the
and
enjoyment level is, if you go to Sonic and it's a better experience than going to Five Guys, then it goes up.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I'm good with
I
this.
think I'm good
Yeah.
too.
Me too.
I think
it's solid.
the thing that the internet's gonna be really mad at us is that we have Burger King above Chick-fil-A.
I agree.
I've never been to
I still
Chick-fil-A.
think
Burger King
I still think
gets
Burger King belongs
points
in
for
C.
Beyond
but-
Meat. Chick-fil-A gets negative points for being
Shitty.
yeah,
Yeah.
being shitty people.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
on
you
company
go.
tier we put them below.
Wendy's and Chick-fil-A would be down.
In and out too a little
Yeah,
bit,
yeah.
but they pay their employees better than.
I still think that Burger King deserves to be C tier, but I'm
All right.
fine.
Well, this is our tier list. Like if you cared.
Questions?
Yeah, let's jump into some
Questions.
questions. Since that was the whole food segment that we've been.
That was like.
Do you know what's funny is when we
80% of the
when we
podcast.
did not Arcane Lounge, when we did what I meant to say was when we did subclass podcast and we had you on as a guest, all we talked about was fast food.
It's true.
Then we did a tier system in the 14-hour stream, and this is just a culmination of all of that. So if you guys enjoyed this, let us know. If you didn't enjoy it, also let us know. Because we might do it again with my sister and my brother-in-law, and we might do it with coffee instead of food. And we'll blind test the different coffees, like Dunkin', Starbucks, and different places around town and do it.
So real talk, by the way, I know Tyler was talking about this before. I think that like as I'm getting older, I'm starting to develop like allergies, and I think I'm also experiencing what he's experiencing, which is when I come here, my nose just gets like messed up.
Yeah, it might just be the cats.
Maybe I don't know, but like it didn't happen when I lived here. Maybe I was just used to it when I lived here because I lived with the cats. But like.
So I made an oopsie on the Twitter. I made 2 posts.
Oops.
Because I meant to delete one because I misspelled the hashtag, and then I just didn't. So and then Twitter didn't promote it at all. So because there were 2 exact tweets. So we'll go through the first one, and then we'll look at the second one and see what we got here. So Zav, creator of D&D Waifus. I'm just reading these blind. So if they're bad, edit it out.
Oh.
But Zav has pretty good questions most of the time. Hey, let's remix a favorite question. All of your PCs are stuck together somewhere, like a deserted island maybe. How would they get along? Who would work together with who? Would factions form and fights occur? Who would die? That's a good question.
All of our PCs?
No. All of just your characters, of just Colton's characters are on a desert island.
Yeah, that's what I... Okay.
They are not with all of Spencer's.
Is
They're
that,
just yours.
is that alive and dead or currently alive?
I'm going with dead and
A dead and alive. I like that you have to ask that because you're like, oh, there's half my character.
I think that Kyrie and Kardos would get along.
Yeah.
I think that Ira would try to be the leader and everyone would hate that.
Who would hate Ira the most?
Core. 100%.
Really?
100%.
Why?
Because Core was all about like art and like things being kind of a masterpiece and like controlled and you know kind of all put together. And Ira is all about, you know what? Let's just do it. Let's see if it works. and she'd be like, no, we need a plan. We need to think about this. We need to think about that. And I would just be like, nope, we're going. And so I think that Kyrie and Kardos would get along really well. I think that Core and Perry would get along really well.
Yeah.
And I think that Ira would kind of just be trying to make everyone work together and fail.
I feel like there'd be a moment where like Ira would be like, all right, guys, we need to go do this thing. And Kyrie would put his hand on his shoulder and just be like, hey, kid, when you get older, you'll learn that you don't need to, think like this. And he'll say something snarky and Kyrie will hate him forever.
Yeah.
Probably.
He'll be like, your knees snap when you bend. And he's like, all right. You're older than me. Okay, come on, kid.
This is true.
What about your character, Spencer?
I don't see this ending well for anyone.
They would all kill each other.
80% of your characters are...
Most of my characters are related, but that doesn't mean they like each other.
That's fair.
Like, yeah, I don't see any of them getting along. And the only person who would be having a good time is Abris. And she's probably the only one who could leave successfully. She'd just turn into a shark and leave. Like, bye.
I feel like Vincent would be out of there in like 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah, he'd be like, plane shift.
Yeah. What if he couldn't plane shift
Oh,
out?
he'd
just die. He has no survival skills.
He has Lander, though.
Yeah.
Lander
would be
and
there.
Vincent would get along. Yeah. So Lander would help him
But
out.
granted, Sphinx is also there.
Yeah, terrible.
Would Sphinx just kill everyone?
No. But the Bastion kids don't get along. Eugene would be frustrated that they're not getting along. And then Sphinx is like, told you shouldn't got married and had kids. And then that's just blows up. And then Lander's like, I'm uncomfortable and like to leave.
I'm going to ask something, edit it out if you don't want this in.
Oh.
Is it not spoilers that Eugene and Philip are related?
No, that's
out now?
That's been revealed.
Okay, do you think that there would instead be a Eugene and Philip and Lamarcia and Eldon like family get together and they would try to work together and it would just fall apart? Or do you think they would get together and they would make it work? Or they just avoid each other.
Yeah. I think there would be encampments on separate sides of the island with maybe some treaties formed between some of my better acting characters, and then like Sphinx is just like burrowing in the earth trying to start to start her reign over again on a different island.
Time to do what I did to Fel.
Yeah.
dig a giant
Oh
hole.
yeah, Bogar and Mallory. They'd probably get along too.
Well,
They'd kind of go off and do their own thing. I'm 100% certain.
The 80 Jaces are just...
The 80
They build, like, tree houses. They live on this island.
The 80 Jaces would try to get along with everybody else because they know that they can't survive.
Yeah.
So
Veritas and Cardos would definitely get
They'd be
into
bros.
it. No, they would get into it.
Oh, shit. I thought about... Yep, they would.
Veritas was one of the people that sent Tiamat back.
Oh, yeah. They would just, they would just kill each other.
It would be Philip and Cardos times 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that Damon would like do pretty good. He would try to help the Jaces as much as he could, but they would just be so overbearing that he couldn't deal with it.
Ket?
Ket would die. Ket would just die. Ket would go to Cindrix and be like, please help. And he'd be like, you're on your own.
Aww.
Get used to it. And then Damon would try to help Ket, but Ket would just be so whiny that he would just die. And the 80 Jaces would be
isn't that
if we build a boat, we can leave.
Yeah.
Isn't that like a moment for Damon though? Because Damon was also like the one that didn't really like living like out in the wilds and.
But he could
still
do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
If he would,
but I think it'd be really interesting for Damon to have Ket there, and now Damon is the one with the experience and the know-how and the knowledge, and he's trying to teach Ket. Who would have been Helm 10 years ago.
That would be really interesting.
Damon would be like,
don't
don't touch that snake. It'll bite you and you'll die. And Ket'd be like, I already touched a snake. It bit me. I'm dying. Help.
Tiff would just survive endlessly.
Yeah, I think they all would get along. Mine are like this weird like spectrum of ages. So Baron's really old, Tiff's kind of an adult, and I have Jorgren, who's like a 14th level ranger, but he's like a kobold, so he's super great at one thing, but he's like a baby.
Yeah.
So I think they'd all get along.
It'd be like the dynamic with like Mando and Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
It'd be like Tiff would just put you in like a backpack.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Baron couldn't get anybody to kill him, so like he would just be like, I'm here, and I feel like Tiff would feel obligated to keep him alive.
Absolutely. I think they'd all hang out, and I don't
Cool.
think any of them would feel any particular need to get off the island.
There you go. Yeah.
We live here.
What
now.
if I can't say that. Never mind. Sorry, that's a different campaign that I'm not allowed to talk about.
Oh,
Sorry. You know what I'm talking about.
get fucked, meat bags.
Okay.
Ooh, that's a hint.
Yeah, that was actually a question from Two Gnomes, the Weather Boy. Good name. Can we have a hint about the next campaigns?
No.
That was your hint.
That was
No. Out.
I'm so excited.
Magic Android says or asks, the conclusion to Tomb of Annihilation was epic.
Woo.
That was in all caps. Yeah. What are some of your favorite moments from that campaign?
So this is spoilers for people that haven't finished yet. I guess.
Spoilers if you haven't finished Tomb of Annihilation.
It hasn't been 2 weeks yet, so
Yeah.
technically it's still
Unfortunately, it is a spoiler
land.
that we did finish it already.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we did.
I loved Dino Mert. That
Dynamort was good.
When Ari just got high from that mist and then was immediately attacked by like a snake.
Yeah.
That was fun.
And you saw like a dinosaur version of your father figure.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Great time.
I think the entire time that we were on that like plateau hill thing, and
the flaming fist.
No. We just went like swimming.
Oh, in the
like,
well.
The well.
The ball sack well.
Oh, Mbalo
Yeah.
with Nanny Poo Poo.
Yeah, that entire segment was so much
Nanny
fun.
Poo Poo was your favorite part of Tomb
It
of
was just
Annihilation.
fun. It was just fun. Then we like went up there and there was like the crazy guy who it turned out he was one of the trickster gods.
Yeah.
Like that entire little section was just a lot of fun.
Yeah.
There's that. I think it's in the same episode that you were talking about. What would you just say?
Dino Mert?
Yeah, the Dino episode. Maybe it was close to it when we ran from that place and we got attacked by those raptors, and you took that one's bending away.
Oh my god, that was such a good moment.
That was so funny.
Yeah.
Also, you suplexing the stone guardian off the bridge.
Oh,
so cool.
yeah. Yeah.
The part everybody's saying everything before Omu was the
No,
best
I was gonna
part.
say
grung.
throwing all of the
Okay,
dead
that was
guys.
a good
Oh,
move.
yeah.
That was a good
The
move.
grung also. The grung was fun.
yeah.
Got literally
Inbok.
taken by aliens. Yeah.
I'm just salty that the Tomb of the Nine Gods was like 11 episodes. It was so.
It was
bad.
fun.
Yeah, I was
I felt
big
so
boy.
privileged when you let me pull those chains of those two Tomb Guardians,
And just
and we flung
toss
them
'em?
down
Yeah.
and got in that fight with the gargoyles.
yeah.
Oh,
That was the coolest moment. And
Yeah.
I don't know, as a person, as a DM, I don't know what I would do if it became that just derailed. But the way you handled it, the way everyone handled it, it was probably some of the best D&D I've played in a long, long time.
Dang.
It's a lot of fun.
I'm glad you liked it.
I know it was a bit of a meme, but the D's was
Oh my
great.
god.
no,
Upsetting the aboleth.
no.
It's good.
Yeah. Mm.
Marion asks, on the topic of this TikTok, it's the TikTok of me running through
Yeah.
the Versailles. Yeah. On the topic of this TikTok, who has been your most entertaining, interpret that word however you want to, LMAO, romances in the game so far?
Oh.
I talk about my hate for it, but so okay, let me little preface here. A lot of people who watch Critical Role get very upset when certain ships don't happen.
Right.
And I kind of agree with Critical Role. It is more fun to do the lead up than it is to actually have the
Have it.
romance.
I
Yeah.
Once
agree.
you have the romance, it's like, well, that's not fun anymore. It's just you have it.
I
But the
agree.
lead up and the back and forth and the will they won't they is so much fun. And I want to extend that out with Damon and Issa as hard as I can because it's so fun
Well-
to play an oblivious, just like, huh?
And I think Damon Issa is interesting because there really is no guarantee that it'll happen.
No, and that's the fun part.
Yeah.
Is I don't want to be like, oh yes, I like this and I want it to happen, so I'm just gonna make it happen. Instead, it's like,
I will say,
see what if
I feel-
happens.
I feel like by default, I have to go with like Ira Ari because like what's my other choice? Class Vega? Like
You know, what about Eugene and Mallory for like 3 games?
that didn't happen.
Sorry,
yeah.
what was that? What was that? Can you say that again?
I said
I was gonna
Eugene
say
and
the fact that
Mallory.
she's the one that brought it up.
Yeah. You want to talk about that?
Oh
No.
no, that's terrible.
You want to talk about it anyways?
Mallory had a
No.
fat crush on Eugene, and Eugene was like,
In the early games of Immortals, Colton's character
following
Mallory really liked Spencer's character, and that's it.
"Yeah,
Yeah, that's really all that happened.
That's
from it. Jacob actually turned it into a plot device too later
Yeah.
on because time shenanigans and stuff. And so
Oh,
It was
yeah.
dimension
this is for you to know.
shenanigans.
The main villain of the first arc of that game was an alternate version of Mallory who got what she wanted.
Yeah.
Ended up with Eugene. They left the Immortals, and because of that, their reality was destroyed.
That's kind of cool.
So
And
it,
so
it,
it ended
was
up
literally
being like a
Endgame
plot
before
point.
Endgame. It was like there was this world-ending thing called Ozymandias, and he was this enormous construct robot of all the elements that was just he existed to destroy the worlds because everything needed to end. That was his whole job. So he went through multiverses destroying them,
That's
and the one they were just alternate versions of the Immortals who were dying, and so one of them was that version of your character. She was able to leave and jump to this one and go, I know what the reason is. The reason is us. We're failing. So what you have to do is you have to understand to work together in order to defeat this evil. So I'm the culmination of your failure. You have to kill me in order to kill Ozymandias, because then you're worthy and you can. She was trying to save everybody, but in kind of a twisted way.
Yeah.
So, and her whole thing was that you two literally fell in love, and
because of that, we ended up leaving the group, which
Yeah.
caused their
they
failure.
caused the rift, and then they couldn't defeat Ozymandias.
yeah," and then Finn fucking murdered Eugene for no reason.
But
But
you guys still wouldn't kill her. You
Nope.
didn't do
I
it.
wanted to. I'm the one who killed her.
You did kill her in the end.
So,
you did.
but,
Chopped her head
but
off.
on the topic of the relationship things, I also agree with that. I think that the relationship being comfortable in game is nice because, like, you know, for a campaign now, Ira and Ari have been married, and it barely ever comes up.
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah, that's my husband, yeah, that's my wife, and we don't really play off of it anymore. It's just kind of there.
Well, so guess what?
But the lead up to it was a lot of fun.
Having, and maybe Craig can speak to this too. Having actually been married, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
It doesn't come up much. It's just like, oh yeah, that's a
like
thing.
the other day, Jacob was like, hey, did you know that you're technically a Mrs. now? Like on this? And I was like, huh, you're right.
Yeah, it's
I
really
am
interesting.
Mrs.
You're Mrs. Level 3.
Yeah, Miss.
Spencer, what's yours?
I
You have a lot.
I do. Most of my characters are married, which is weird. I like Eugene and Eldon.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Not Vincent and Curia?
That's probably number 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good one.
Yeah.
Good one. Everybody romances Grace. All right.
Yeah.
You know what? No, I'm sick of it. I'm saying it. I'm putting my foot down. I'm saying it. Grace romances everybody else. Okay, she's the one doing it. She comes in from Mass Effect and Dragon Age, and she's that TikTok I just posted of like, I'm gonna play D&D, but I'm actually gonna romance all my friends. Okay, I'm sorry. We paused the camera. I actually want to hear this. If Cora was still alive,
I straight up think that I don't know if it would have been a romance, but I think that her and Phelan would have been very close.
oh, that's sad. That makes me
I've
sad.
told you about this before.
Yeah.
That like I think that they would have gotten very close.
Hey Craig, this question comes from M.
Have we
Unimportant Hero.
reset?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have any thoughts on what you would like to see in the next big Wizards of the Coast campaign adventure, in terms of settings or themes, or what you want to get out of it?
Slaw.
Slaw.
Spelljammer. Jesus. Spelljammer.
There is no Spelljammer, only Slaw.
And there is only Slaw. That's the worst part. Only Slaw.
Slaw and then some green beans, and the green beans is Candlekeep Mysteries.
You got the Slaw and then like, what else? And you're like, oh fuck. I have to do this again?
green beans.
Space Slaw.
I don't know. I'm kind of one of the people who are in the boat of I think it's awesome that they keep introducing new stuff and having new options.
I love Van
but
Richten's.
I'm pretty comfortable with what we have. Like,
But I love getting new stuff, and just because it's new stuff that you can put in your games, it's like new ideas. Like that's what I like Van Richten's about. Is it gives you a lot of prompts and ideas for making campaigns. It's not like it's things you need to put into your games, but it's like this is just extra stuff that if you want it, it's cool.
I think the trick for me is that I'm not a DM, right?
Yeah.
Van Richten's is a treasure trove for DMs. It's so great. It came out, and I was like, oh my god, I love this.
It's very nice. And with Spelljammer being a meme, anything like Cholt. Cholt took a lot of really cool aspects of different cultures. Chris Perkins talks about it, whether it tried to work with the utmost respect that they had with something like that, so they didn't just culturally whitewash stuff like they did with Oriental Adventures. I think, and I understand why they're being hesitant with it. If they did more stuff with other cultures like that, we could have so much more.
I mean, all they really have to do is, I saw this idea on Twitter, and I thought it was kind of cool, is if they just freelanced a lot of like people of color to write for the next, if they did a Cholt campaign setting, it would be great. It would be so good. And if they had a lot of people looking over the writing, and if they had consultants and they did it right, it would be great. That would be so cool to see. It'd be so different than whatever is out there in the current industry, which I think would be sick.
What do you think, Spencer?
Hand over the Feywild.
Oh yeah, a
absolutely.
big Feywild book,
Absolutely.
please.
Why
Hand
has
it
that not
over.
been done yet? Why do we have a guide
I think it is
for the Shadowfell, but not
Yeah.
even the Feywild?
No, I
Hand it
think they're
over.
gonna do it.
Give me other
hope so.
planes.
You want to know
I
my
want 'em.
insider info?
What?
I don't. Maybe I'm not allowed to say this.
You're probably not allowed to say this.
Okay, then I won't say who it is.
No.
No. They won't know. Nobody will know.
All right,
How do they know?
Say it, and then maybe we can. Craig, maybe we're cutting this out.
I promise you can't cut it out. It's fine. You don't have to cut it out. It's fine. So I was at PAX, and I went to a bar with some people who are at PAX with Logan. Logan was with me, and we were talking to some people at this bar, and some of them happened to work at Wizards of the Coast, and they did not confirm anything, but we were talking about what we'd like to see in the future. By the way, this was the same PAX where I went to Chris Perkins, was like, "Hi, Chris Perkins, I really like Curse of Strahd," and he said, "Oh yeah, well you're really gonna like next year," and it was 2020, and I didn't like it at all, but I did like Van Richten's guide to Ravenloft.
He shook my hand and lied to me in my face.
But we talked to somebody, I'm not going to say what their job was or who they were or what they did or their name at all, but they told us, we just said, we really want a Feywild book. And they just went, I can't say anything, but, and that was like all we got. And we're like, so maybe? So that's my insider info.
Okay.
Yeah. So maybe we'll get it.
Maybe.
Maybe we'll get a Feywild
I do
book.
follow that person on Twitter, and I'm like, You want to tell me a little bit more?
It was just Jeremy Crawford.
Yeah, it was.
We
dead
just
ass.
bought Jeremy Crawford at a bar, and he was just like, we have a Feywild book coming out next year.
Definitely not.
All right. Mystery or I gotta read through these. Marion, 2 questions.
Hi, Marion.
Marion, what is a character? Oh, sorry, I'm not saying this to Marion. They're just asking a question. What is a character archetype you want to play more often? I wish. Yeah.
It's fun.
Do you know we could do an evil game? I bet all of us could do
I've
it.
tried that before.
No. It's not the same. I feel like we've done it before and we just haven't had the right people. I feel like if we all did it, we would understand and it would be good.
Maybe. My hair's getting too long.
I don't know if there's something specific that I want to play more of. I'm having trouble coming up with ideas because I keep playing the same
I was
character.
making my character for Redacted, and it was difficult. I was like, what do I make?
All right, what's next?
Artemis asks, how did Sphinx get her Deadpool powers?
Have fun with that.
Wouldn't you like to know?
Okay.
I think you and I are the only ones who actually know that.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
I know. I have a vague knowledge, but I don't know exactly what.
You don't know where they came from.
No.
Yeah.
I just have a vague knowledge of how she got them.
I have a vague knowledge of all things.
Classes and Constructs asks, if you could get one rare or lower magic item in real life, which one would you choose?
Rare or lower?
Goodness.
I don't know them.
Bag of Holding.
Can I have a headband of intellect?
100%.
Is that lower? Is that
Bag of
The
Holding.
headband of intellect?
Yeah.
That's smart.
You just want to
Be like, I'm a genius now.
I feel like
Make
I'd
life so
be
much
like
easier.
the boar, Neelix's boar in Sunder.
Oh,
I'd just be like,
it's just
I'd be cursed with knowledge.
cursed with knowledge.
100% bag of holding. That's
Nah.
so good.
I got lady hands. I can carry everything.
Well, I don't know if that would. Oh, it'd be great for backpacking.
It would be.
I don't know though, because those things are kind of heavy.
25 pounds. I mean.
Oh, that
a
is
backpack
kind of
also
heavy though.
Pretty heavy.
Yeah,
All right. What about?
but you could put a grand piano in there.
Yeah.
In
Piece by
Craig's game, you
piece.
can carry one.
You can carry as many as you want. I
Yeah,
don't care.
you'd be like
On your back.
on your back. Yeah, fuck it. 10 goblins in your
All the
backpack.
Jaces on that island break down their grand pianos they have and build a raft.
Can you look up and see what rarity level a headband of intellect is?
It's uncommon.
It's uncommon.
No fucking way! Are you kidding me?
It's uncommon.
I want an Ion Stone of Charisma.
I think
already
that's,
have one
I
of
think
those.
that's a rare or a very rare.
Oh, can find out what an Ion Stone with Charisma bonus. That's
Was
what
that
I want.
right?
That's my choice.
So I'll go right now for you.
No, Ion Stone Dexterity. Then I could be thin.
See, I was about to ask what makes me thin.
The higher dexterity, I think, or maybe not. What if I thought that and I did it and I was just like, oh, I can move really fast
I
now,
think
but I
it
was still
gives
fat.
you more chance.
Which one do you want? The Iron Stone?
Charisma.
Charisma. Do we know what that name is called?
No.
No leadership.
Leadership?
Yeah.
That is a.
I'm pretty sure it's very rare.
That is very rare.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Headband of intellect?
That's an uncommon.
I'll settle for Dex.
Full
And
stop.
intellect is an uncommon.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, whoop.
What about maybe agility? Ion Stone of agility. Ion Stone of quickness, swiftness, something like that.
Swift.
Agility is still very rare.
Son of a
Yikes.
bitch.
The only one is not is sustenance, reserve, protection, and awareness.
Shoot.
All right, cool. Sorry.
What were we talking about?
I don't remember. I'm
magic
sorry.
items.
Right.
Magic items. Yeah. I think I don't know. Bag of Holding is real cool.
I think boots of elvenkind would be cool too.
Yeah,
or
boots
boots
of
of speed.
speed.
Boots of speed
Boots of
are
Speed
rare.
would be sick. They would just be fun.
That'd help you with cardio.
All right, apparatus of Qualish. That's what I want.
That's an
Oh.
artifact.
Artifact isn't a. No, it's not. It's not an artifact.
Is it just legendary? I thought it was an artifact.
It might just be legendary. It's an artifact if it gives you like the special properties, like the beneficial properties. You get like blue hair or something. I don't know.
like the sword of Zariel.
Yeah, like the Sword of Zariel. Stormo, it's a good question.
Hi, Stormo.
How have you grown as a D&D player? As in, what's the difference between your current characters and your first character, your current campaigns, and your first campaign?
Oh God, so much. So much has changed. My first character was just a flesh bag that had stats.
Yeah.
So much has changed. I've become much more entrenched in the role play aspects of D&D.
Yeah. What about you, Spencer?
I don't know. I think I've gotten more confident in role playing, and I don't play the same class anymore. Well, I kind of do. I really fucking love Paladin. I kind of just went, I'm not gonna play Rogue anymore. I'm gonna play just Paladin.
Which is weird. They're like the opposites.
Yeah. I went swap.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly it. I don't know. I definitely put more thought into my campaigns now, because I think back when I used to run my games, I used to be like, whatever, we'll just do whatever's fun. But now I think more about like what could be happening in the background, the story, the plots, the character interactions, consequences. That's something I didn't used to do. I used to be those old My Notes videos are proof of that. Of me just being like, the party goes into a dungeon and then they find a guy and he kills him and then he leaves and then they come back and then they kill him and that's the game. It's like, okay. So I think one thing that I've really improved on, at least as a dungeon master, is my notes. But I don't know. I feel like I haven't really like gotten any better or any different as a player. I feel like I'm still just like I don't take notes. I just do shit.
Well, granted, you also don't play very often.
No, so it's like I have tons of XP playing as a DM, and then I'm like level 2 as a player because I never play. Yeah. And Craig's like, Jesus Christ! Every time he's like, dude, what the fuck? Yeah. I'm like, I don't do this.
I mean, we're just foils, because I'm exactly the same way. But instead of like overcompensating for like trying to interact, I just choose to go, sorry, Tyler, I'm just gonna be quiet for 4 games. I don't know what I want to do yet, so I'm just gonna sit and think on it, and you'll see you in like 15 hours.
Yeah, I used to be really murder hobo-y, I guess. I didn't realize I was really murder hobo-y until I started doing it. I was really like I wanted to, I just wanted things to happen. So I would just try to, like, I don't know why, in the back of my mind, I was just set to, like, I wanted to break the game. So, like, I would play Tyler's game and just be like, like when he used to run that old Fallout game. You guys remember? Yeah. We would play it, and my character was just like, meh, science. And he would just try to kill whatever he came across. I don't know why I played like that. It was just so weird. And then, like, a shopkeeper was mean to me, so I put a mine in front of his house. I was like, why did I do that? And then Tyler was like, you killed his daughter. And I was like, oh my God.
I think that was the notice for you, too. You were like, what am I doing?
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck is happening? So, yeah, I don't know. I think one thing I definitely have learned as a player is just to kind of be like, I really need to immerse myself and be engrossed in what's going on and not think about, like, oh, that this is a game and that I can destroy it if I want to, you know, so, yeah.
Yeah, I don't, like, it's weird. I can't really put, like, a pin on, like, what I've gotten better at as a player, except to say that I think I've gotten better at everything.
Yeah.
Like,
hey, do you mind if I have some of this?
No, not at all. Go ahead. It's vodka, though.
Yeah.
There is?
Yeah, a little bit. I'm tired.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
All right, what else we got?
Yeah, next.
Let's do a few more. Let's get like 3 or 4 more in, yeah? I love the questions.
Ian.
Well,
that's it. No, just kidding. If you had to choose between a pirate, a space, or a Wild West themed campaign, which would you choose, and how would you start the world building process? I would choose
pirate.
Were you gonna say the same thing? I think I love the corniness of Wild West, man. It's so much fun. Just like you're a group of heroes that walk in and there's bandits in there that have taken over, and it's like, all right, you gotta run them out or you can't. It's so much fun, man.
Mm-hmm. See, there's that, but I also feel like a pirate campaign could be so damn cool. And Ghost of Saltmarsh ruined it for everybody. I don't know. It would be hard for me. Sorry, Craig. I'm definitely not choosing space.
I would probably choose Wild West as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right. I'll be on the Wild West boat then.
Wild
West.
Deadlands.
We should play Deadlands.
That's good. Why did you pick pirate?
Hot.
Hot? You pirate hot.
Okay,
Pirates
you can
sexy.
have hot cowboys.
They're dirty.
Yeah.
So pirates are just cowboys.
They are.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're completely.
Yeah.
They're the same thing.
I want to see cowboy.
That's La Marcia.
Yeah.
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 Why do you think I'm playing her?
Yep.
Hot. Boat.
Yep. Hot boat. The question is just like, this isn't one of the questions, but it was just like, what do you want the most out of your D&D character? And we're all just like, hot.
Yes.
We just want them to be hot.
I won't play your game if I can't be beautiful.
Yeah.
I've said that several times.
Timeless asks, I'm DMing low-level Tomb right now. They didn't have a guide. They didn't get a guide because one of them had the Outlander background. In case you guys didn't know, because we didn't do it in our game. In Port Anzaru, there's like a bajillion NPCs who can be like guides that help you.
We did that in Logan's
We did that
version.
in Logan's
We had the
version of
were
it.
tiger lady.
I did it in ours. It was just Tiff.
Yeah.
Azaka didn't show up though.
They didn't get a guide because one of them has the Outlander background. Should I still be strict on navigation? I said if they wanted bonuses to the roll, take levels in Ranger, and they seem mad.
I think it's rough. Because, okay, so I'm gonna do something. Jacob, say your piece, and I'm gonna look up the
Say my
Outlander background.
piece? I wanted to hear your piece first. What's
I'm
yours,
gonna look up
Spencer?
the Outlander background.
I think that this has happened in our games before in Ghost of Saltmarsh. Tim thought that this was fight pirate adventure, and so when his expectations weren't met, he didn't really enjoy the game anymore.
Yeah.
So I think that your player expected that getting this background feature would just mean, oh, I will succeed in the game. So not being able to do that is upsetting, but I don't know how far the Outlander feature
I will
goes.
say,
just lets you get food and
so,
water.
Yeah, food and water.
Well, not only. So Outlander says you have an excellent memory for maps and geography, and you can always recall the general layout of terrain, settlements, and other features around you.
Well-
I would say, if anything, I would slightly lower the DC of getting lost.
I wouldn't.
So, if
It's
anything,
Chult.
maybe lower it by 1 or 2, unless it's magical. If it's magical, then
Isn't the
screw
jungle
'em.
of Chult magical?
Yes.
Yeah. There's no way to know where you are, what you're doing, and there are no maps of Chult that are filled out. So just having this Outlander background isn't going to get you anywhere.
Yeah.
And
You
if
can find
anything-
food and water if it's available, because I know Outlander does specify you
Yeah.
have to be able to find
I
it.
think they would have an easier chance surviving in the wilderness, but
Yes.
traversing the wilderness, I think, should be just as difficult as it would be otherwise.
Okay, so
I
let
think
me
Keen Mind is way bigger than Outlander.
let me throw this at you just because it would be my perspective as a DM. What if Ira took the Outlander background, and then I was like, you still have to roll?
I mean, I should stop to roll. It doesn't say I know where geography is.
Oh,
It just says I would anticipate as a player. That's why I was saying this. I think maybe a DC lower by 1.
I would
at
say
max. Like I think it should be very minimal for the traversing part, and a nice bonus for the gathering supplies part.
I would say maybe lower the DC if they are traveling between two places that they have been to before. Maybe.
Yeah.
Because I know that Cholt's jungle is fucking
So
insane.
here's the thing I think your players need to realize a little bit, but also you as a DM need to realize as well. First of all, the Cholt, the what we all agree on, the jungles of Cholt are magical. I don't know whether it explicitly states it. It probably does, but I don't know for certain. But they are magical. They are intended to get you lost and to kill adventurers. That's the point. And if you need to express to your players that a good majority of the fun and the adventure of Tomb of Annihilation is the adventure in the jungle and the potential of getting lost and the potential of possibly dying without food or water, express that to them. And if that's something that they don't like, they're like, well, then we don't want to play Tomb of Annihilation, then that's a communication that's a conversation you have with your player. That means their expectations aren't being met for what they wanted for the game. That means that this person took the Outlander background and is getting nothing out of it. That does kind of suck. So I do agree with Colton. I do think there should be a little bit of a bonus if your player really wants it. Most of the time, my players, you guys are typically like, I have the Outlander background, but I don't really care if it doesn't really come into play. And it's like, that's fine. But if you have a player who's like, I took this so that we could survive better, it's like, then you can't just ignore it. Like, that's dumb.
I mean,
you know?
Outlander specifically is so you can survive better.
Yeah.
Not necessarily so you can travel better, but so you can survive better.
But telling your players to like, oh, just take levels in Ranger, like you can suggest that, and definitely getting a better survival role is gonna help you not get lost in the jungle. But let them have other creative ways that they can learn how to map the jungles. So like you guys would just cast guidance and bardic inspiration up the wazoo on Tiff, who didn't really have that great of a survival check, and you still rolled really well.
It was all right.
It was better than everybody else.
I was definitely not a ranger.
No.
Absolutely.
No. Nobody in our party was a ranger at all, but they didn't need to be. If somebody is a ranger, they're definitely going to help, but I don't think the solution to, hey, why is traveling going to be hard anyways, and be like, well, you should have been a ranger, is like, that does feel bad. So just communicate with your players what the point of Tomb of Annihilation is, and work together on how you can have fun with that.
I also think you could do something where you can still get them lost, but your ranger having that background could maybe know that already initially. So get them lost, but then inform your ranger where they are now. So that you know you went the wrong direction. Here you are. So you kind of get your ability to lose them, but they still don't feel lost because you've told them where they are.
Yeah, and just to make sure, by ranger you mean the character with the Outlander.
Or Outlander. Either way, because Jay was completely right. If someone picks something, it's just nullified immediately. There's feels
Yeah.
bad there.
Yeah.
Do a session 0 and
Set
always
expectations.
ask the DM, is this gonna be helpful at all? Because I know I've taken a few just backgrounds because I thought they would fit the character really well, and I've never used their feature
I
because
think
it just didn't come up.
Yeah.
I think that's a big thing that happens in a lot of games that I mean, we had to figure it out too, which is setting expectations.
Yeah.
Like making sure that your players understand what the game is going to be.
Yeah.
Because I mean, look at the difference. You know, this is kind of for both of us, like for the players and for the DM, like the difference between Sunder and Evenfall. Like in Sunder, by the end of the first season, half the party is different. Meanwhile, in Evenfall, outside of character death, we've all stayed the same because the expectation was set and we understood what we were getting into.
Yeah.
So I think that's a big thing is setting expectation.
Yep. All right.
Can we get it?
Oh.
It's so full. You
Okay.
hear?
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
It's so
Yep.
full.
It's fine. We're good. We got it.
Whoosh.
Genre jar.
No.
That's-
I want to read it.
I'm sorry, Spencer. I forgot that you
Could I
don't
read
like
it?
a lot of
No.
stuff. No. You still Colton
But
no.
Spencer, you can read it every week.
I can.
She's like, that's my job.
That's my job. Top 5 modules you don't want to run.
This is a good one. These come from the Discord, by the way.
Top 5
Hey,
modules you don't.
How do you know
wanna
that
run?
that came from the
did it
Discord
come
and
from
not
the-
from
did
your
you-
wife's
did you write it?
intelligent brain with that
Because I know
headband?
you asked the Discord. You wrote a bunch of them.
Hey,
down.
no. I said I might do that. I never
Top-
said that I did.
Did you write that one?
No.
Okay.
Top 5 modules you don't want to run.
Yeah,
Horde of the Dragon Queen.
I would have to agree.
Storm King's Thunder.
Actually, Storm King's Thunder is number 1 for me. I could run Tyranny of Dragons because I know this last half isn't bad, and also I would have a fun time seeing how bad it is.
Ghost of Saltmarsh.
Ghost of Saltmarsh definitely is very poopy.
Tales of the Yawning Portal.
I should preface, Ghost of Saltmarsh isn't super poopy. It's just not what I wanted.
Tales
So-
of the Yawning Portal.
Aw, really?
And Mad Mage.
Okay.
Mad Mage would be number 1 for me.
Okay. What about you, Craig?
Definitely the separated Tyranny of Dragons. The new Tyranny of Dragons is pretty decent.
Yeah.
But them separated is rough. Out of the Abyss is really rough in the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's a really cool idea, but it's a really, really bad, and I don't know how they got away with it, a really bad, like, new DM trap of imprisoning your players and forcing them against their will. That's usually does not work out well unless your players are, like, really trusting in you.
I think a prison break can be fun. I just think that it's...
I think it's hard to
set up
open
that way,
with it.
absolutely. But,
It's hard to-
but a prison break versus being enslaved,
Yeah.
That's the part that I don't like doing is at the very beginning. It's like, now go make them do chores.
also team
and
at
it's
stat
like,
block. What's wrong with you? Why?
What? Wait.
I like that we have a
what,
team at
what's
stat
wrong
block.
with it?
The team at stat block? Oh, it's
Yeah.
perfect. It's just you initiate a stat block that no one gets to interact with ever. That's not in like a faux, safe way.
Nobody's never going to
Yeah, no one's ever going to touch that.
Yeah, totally not.
Nobody's-
We didn't have characters that fought Tiamat.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we did have that happen, huh? Yeah. Sorry. I wasn't trying to step
No,
on
I
anything.
think that's it.
No,
I think all the modules are a lot of fun.
I would also say Out of the Abyss as well. A lot of people really like Out of the Abyss.
It's very
and
good. It's just
I like it, but it's got some neat ideas, but every time I've run it, it's just died.
any early D&D 5th edition book, just because they're learning their chops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once they get to Strahd, perfect.
Yeah.
I think a really crappy part about Out of the Abyss too is that it starts off the game and it goes, okay, here's 12 NPCs.
Yeah.
And you're like, what the hell?
And half of them are from the Underdark that have weird names.
Yeah.
I'm never going to know them. To be honest, I wouldn't want to run Strahd as a DM.
Really?
Only because I don't think I could do Gothic Horror well enough to do it. It's a beautiful book, but another DM
Fair
trap.
enough.
Theme and
Soon.
setting can be really hard.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
I love Baldur's Gate. I hate the Baldur's Gate part, but I love the Descent to Avernus part. But Out of the Abyss is just meh. It's
Probably best book to set.
Re-
It's probably the best book, if not Waterdeep Dragon. Heist.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
It's very good.
The only reason I don't give it best book is because it's got the Baldur's Gate part.
Oh, no, yeah. Just to forget that.
Yeah.
You forget the beginning of it.
I would
but-
say the best are, you always say Curse of Strahd, but I think Tomb's real good too. I will agree.
I would say
the
you
Tomb of
probably
the Nine Gods is
wouldn't
really
want to
long.
run Tomb.
You wouldn't want to run Tomb?
I think
Oh,
there's
yeah.
just a lot going on.
There is
I couldn't handle all of the moving pieces.
probably one of my favorites to run.
Yeah,
actually.
it was a lot of fun to play in, but I don't think I could run it.
I think you guys did it right. Tomb in this format. That's why they talked about it where it felt kind of like a sequel to Storm King's Thunder, because if you do it at that level, the game just feels better.
Yeah, I would also love to run Icewind Dale. I think it'd just be so cool. There's so much that like it's like they took everything they learned from Tomb and just made it like 100 times better. So I would love to run that one. But I feel like they did that really well with Avernus. Like Avernus is just so great. They're really learning that weird ideas are good.
Well, I think that's the point of Avernus. Is it's so much fun because it's so different.
Yeah,
and it's not different. It's so their flavor.
Yeah.
By the way, Craig, I agree with you on the Tiamat thing. Our characters that fought Tiamat, there were like 7 of us, and we were all level 20.
Yeah.
And it was still like a hard fight. So it's like,
I'm all about fighting gods.
Yeah.
I just feel bad that they introduced it so early on that you don't really get to, like, that's such a pipe dream, and they kind of take it away from you.
yeah.
Like if that was like, again, you fight 200 dragons, do the whole book. You're level like 15, and not even that. Level 11, go right into Descent and Avernus. Then you fight Tiamat.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful.
All right.
You want to do one more genre?
Yeah. No, I got one more question here.
Hey.
It comes in from at XP to level 3.
Whoa.
This is the end of the podcast.